Welcome back, everyone. Holy moly. Welcome back, everyone, to Victoria 2, no pause, blah, 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 blah. We are the Kingdom of Italy. It is 1864, and I have been informed that I can do the no pause without events pausing the game by typing in debug assert in the console. Excellent. Asserts are now turned off. This is probably a terrible idea, but all right. Now, the thing is, the person who told me this is also the developer of GFM. So if he's watching, hi, how are you doing? You're great. Yeah, thank you for the tip. So now I can actually like fully torture myself. Anyway, we've got the full military tech. This is always pretty good. We should be thinking about our economy at the moment. But ooga booga, I am retarded. I'm trying to see if there's no, organic chemistry in this mod does not have pop growth. That's okay. We do some navy tech at the moment. Yes, let's get ourselves some naval bases. Now, when we last left off, I believe... Oh, apparently we've got no railroads. When we last left off, I believe we were talking about random shit. Now, we have just achieved Italian unity or whatever. Ooh, precious goods. Yes, get the railroad on the precious goods. And that's something that, in terms of like historical importance, was felt in Europe at the time. So actually, I think we should be talking about. Wait, are you still allied with the Frenchies? Yeah, you're still allied with the Frenchies. See, I kind of want to attack them. Anyway, because I feel like I should be kicking the Austrians while they're down, and also while the Hungarians do not have any great power protecting them at all. I feel like this would be a pretty good idea at the moment. So basically, in terms of like the international reactions to the Italian unification, like I said that last time that I was going to talk a little bit more about sort of the internal affairs of the Kingdom of Italy after unification, but that's like a subject that I need to research more, to be honest, because it's a really complex issue in terms of the political environment of Italy. It's always been a complicated country, and in this time period, it was even more complicated than usual. But basically, what you had was that just a very, very quick, sort of primer, and for the next episode, so you know what we're talking about. Basically, Sardinia-Piedmont politically was fairly to the left of the Italian median. Basically, this was in part because it had only wealth voting, but it also because it had voting. Like as we talked about, it was the only sort of semi-liberal country in Italy, or state in Italy, which meant that yeah, you had voting, but it was not that liberal. Which meant that basically only educated, wealthy people could vote, while peasants couldn't. And peasants had, if they'd been given the chance, they would have probably voted more towards the reactionary sort of Catholic side of things. But educated people, especially bourgeois, who outnumbered the sort of aristocracy, who was, again, reactionary, tended to vote more towards liberal candidates, which is how Cavour got into power. If you'll recall, he was kind of a centrist liberal, but kind of like leaning a little bit more towards the left of the coalition that he sort of held power with, because his coalition was more like center-right. while his actual personal politics were actually more like center-left for the time. He, for example, supported sort of the embryonic welfare state and the sort of extension of public schooling. He basically believed that this was necessary to avoid sort of social revolution. When Cavour died straight after Italian unity, and we don't really have time to get too into the details of why he died / what was he doing at the time. Basically, after his death, sort of the establishment, which was still sort of leaning towards this sort of center-right type of deal, basically were not able to find a worthy sort of replacement for him. And the result of that was a sort of... yeah, I probably should be doing this. The result of that was a kind of institutional confusion. Let's actually play at 2-speed. I'm going to do Liberate All Cores. And I'm at war with the Greeks. Okay. That's interesting. Was a sort of institutional confusion among the Italian right wing, who did not have a worthy replacement, sort of. Should I be doing 2-year drafts? Yeah, sure. It said, I'm pretty sure that should keep more people here instead of migrating away, which would be nice. Basically, this has been always a problem with the Italian upper class, is that they've had sort of a difficult time. Yo, Dalmatia be coming in and raiding my stuff. Yeah, I've got 24 frigates. I need to build up my navy, basically. Yeah, this was always kind of a weakness of the Italian upper class. They've always had sort of a difficult time sort of finding good enough people that would not be sort of easily compromised with scandals and shit. Just as a very, very quick primer, basically after Cavour's death, the political scene was sort of divided. Did he just... Yeah, he's invading me for fucking Switzerland, as per fucking usual. Was divided between two main figures, that being Quintino Sella and Minghetti, Marco Minghetti. But basically, we do not really have time to talk about this, / I'm not, like, well-researched enough without, you know, doing extra research to, you know... Not well-read enough without doing extra research to actually talk about this stuff. So I would need to, you know... We need to have a little bit of extra stuff for this. Do I have a good attack general here? Yeah, I have a 4 attack. Let's go in and annihilate this Austrian army. That should be all of the Austrian brigades, basically. Yeah, it appears. What's my... My cores is only this and this. Okay. Oh, here comes the Frenchies. Right, time to mobilize. Oh, okay. Am I killing him? Sort of. Sort of. Not exactly. Are you gonna give me military access? No, you're not. Little bitch boy. Well, I am mobilizing. It's not exactly mobilizing. Oh, yeah, right. Sort of my mobilization center is not in Torino anymore. All right, took care of the Austrian guys. Send this guy back. Send in this. Okay. Go in and kill the Frenchies. The French Navy is killing me. Yeah, I need to build up like a decent fleet before I actually fight naval battles. But basically, the sort of international arena to this, which is sort of the prelude to the discussion of sort of Italian irredentism, which is what I ultimately need to be getting, talking towards, because, that's what we're doing. We're doing fucking Italian irredentism. Is that basically most European powers were sort of torn between sort of tantamount support, because this was an era in which sort of public consciousness of international affairs was rising, especially in the more liberal powers such as the United Kingdom. And sort of the liberal public opinion was firmly in favor of the just sort of generic idea of sort of national unification, national consciousness, like liberty from foreign encroachments that was basically represented by the Italian national movement. Which is the same sort of reason why the sort of Greek struggle had been, so thoroughly supported in a lot of European countries. Yeah, basically the whole deal was that a few governments felt sort of beholden enough to their public that they would actually sort of at least moderate their policies, which would have been more towards sort of peaceful resolution. This is mainly talking about the UK, which after the Crimean War had sort of gone into the splendid isolationism phase. Basically, they did not want to get too involved with continental affairs, partially because their military had gotten their shit kicked in, and most of Europe kind of knew that. Like, the narrative that you hear a lot of the times is that sort of the great British, soldiers did amazing in the Crimean War, while in truth, at the time, it was fairly obvious to everyone. This is because the British are the greatest at rewriting history, to be honest. While at the time, sort of everyone knew that the British army was kind of a joke. The British army was kind of a joke. The French had sort of carried the Crimean War, slash the sort of international environment forced the Russians to basically surrender, and not the strength of British arms or whatever. Acquire all states of core provinces. We were gonna keep everything. Yes, thank you very much. Demobilize again. All right. So we've just taken territories that Italy would not take until 1918. In fact, yeah, that's just like that, I'm about to attack the Hungarians because they don't got no protectors. Actually, the Hungarians have more troops than the Austrians, which is kind of hilarious. Yeah, but going back to sort of the international reaction to Italian unity, the French, of course, the Italian states, yes, click thing, and rename Istria. All right. We still have parts of Istria, though, to take, so I don't think we get the extra cores. Yeah, no. We need to take this, and then we get the cores on Dalmatia. I swear we're going to be talking about that very, very soon. Actually, no. Fire control systems. I need to upgrade my naval bases, but they take for bloody ever to do, so yeah. I'm also going to... Okay. Yeah. Subsidize that military industry in Emilia-Romagna, that artillery industry as well, that clipper factory. I am the right wing, and currently I cannot... Oh, I need money. I need a heck of a lot of money. Defund the Navy. Oh, that's just temporary construction money. Yeah, right. This is... What am I doing with my national focuses? Encouraging craftsmen, soldiers. I need to start to sort of shift things towards the socialism, I think. Free trade, interventionism, atheism, full citizenship, pacifism. That's not that great. I need state capitalism, man. Is there any chance I could be getting the reactionaries in? Nah, I need to fucking wait. An offer from the Spanish Republic. We have a first Spanish Republic going on. Yeah, sure. That does not sound like a great idea, but sure, let's try this. Also, time to influence degree. Have a truce with them. Dalmatia. Motherfucking Dalmatian Montenegro. Time to influence the Egyptians. Ah, for fuck's sake. Yeah. The French have the canal. I should take the canal in one of these fights and, yeah. Anyway, couple hussars, some more artillery. Basically, the French had supported the Italian early claims to unity, sort of kind of on the condition that, as I mentioned, there would be a sort of gradual transition to a full united Italy. They sort of hoped to keep a slightly divided Italy on the table. Primarily so that they could exert influence in central and southern Italy, but also sort of keep as much influence as possible in northern Italy. They wanted basically 3 different Italian states that would be sort of loosely united in a Italian confederation. Of course, the Austrians did not want any of this, but they couldn't really get much help around Europe. The Russians were sort of antagonistic to Italian unity at the beginning because they were very friendly with the Bourbon dynasty of Naples. They had sort of a alliance with them, so obviously they were not too sort of enthused about what was happening. But it's not like they could do much because they were very, very far away. They tried to get the Prussians in to sort of save the Bourbon dynasty. Ooh, Transylvanian nationalists. That's great. That did not exactly work, though, because the Prussians, while nominally sort of close to the Russians, had sort of... We're talking in time frame like the late 50s and early 60s. The Prussians had already started to sort of shift towards the sort of Piedmontianism of trying to be the sort of nucleus of the United Germany. While before that, the sort of Prussian state ideal was more akin to the Bourbons of Sicily. It was kind of a regional monarchy. Before then, the Prussian monarchy did not have ambitions to unite Germany, in part because they saw this as a sort of liberal sort of fantasy, and famously, when the Prussian monarch was offered by the parliament in Frankfurt, I believe, was offered sort of the crown of United Germany in 1848. He refused it, saying that this was a crown from the gutter, basically putting the sort of prestige of the dynasty above, sort of the cause of national unification, which is basically the behavior of Sardinia Piedmont before 1848 as well. But afterwards, Sardinia Piedmont made the decision to sort of embrace the national / sort of revolutionary movement that would allow them to sort of be the champions of the cause of a united kingdom for the nation, and therefore increase their power as a result. It's important to mention that, as I mentioned last time, a lot of sort of, let's call them national and progressive forces in Germany, saw the sort of Italian Sardinian model as like superior to their own for a while. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to get some decent. At Dysphere casts belly against the Empire of Brazil. You're like, yeah, you're supported by the UK. I can't take on the UK yet. Don't have a navy. So basically, when Prussia sort of shifted gears into a more sort of German nationalist kind of mindset, grind set, that was obviously good for them because it eventually allowed them to unite Germany, and also it sort of improved their standing with the sort of liberal and national areas of the population, and therefore they were also kind of more sympathetic towards the cause of Italian unity as a whole. Damn, these motherfucking Hungarians. They have 7 army tech, but they're... Oh, because my non-attack general was leading the battle. Damn, we've got a surge of liberalism. That sounds like that's bad. While the British, traditionally, they were kind of... Okay, there we go. Acquire Hungarian Istria. We will keep everything we've gained. And now we take the next step. The Conservatives declare victory. Rename Fiume. Yay. And the Italian states. So what is this... What is this, the Italian states? What is the next Italian states thing? So the unification of Italy wasn't a smooth process, and the result was that local autonomy of all states, blah, 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 blah. Gain 1 infamy. Oh, okay. And we should also be able to take the sort of irredentist cores now. But I do not see them. Have invented positivism. The cradle of civilization. The conquest of the Adriatic. War policy is jingoism. Oh, wait, but I'm a monarchy. Wait, what? I'm not a... Yeah, okay. I'm a constitutional monarchy. Oh, well, okay. I can just be the reactionaries. Very nice. Choose a trade policy. Yeah, constitutional crisis. I don't care. I know what's best for the country. That's probably going to give me some fucking liberals or whatever. Let's take me some conquest of the Adriatic and our historic lands, which gives me 23 motherfucking infamy. So I should probably be kind of should probably tread carefully because I'm almost over the infamy limit. All right, in the meantime, we're almost at 1870, so that's machine guns. I should probably be getting biologism and shit, right? You know, I only have a 42% literacy rate, therefore I should probably be getting that literacy rate up. Anyway, now I can actually motherfucking build industry. Do I have... I do not have machine parts factories. Give me interchangeable parts. I need them. I need them. Okay. Basically, the British were always sort of more for the, like... Wait, what? Okay. The British were always sort of loving the LARP of... Ooh, minimum wage movement. They were always sort of loving the LARP of just intervening everywhere and trying to stop whatever was happening in favor of a sort of quote-unquote peaceful negotiated solution that they could sort of put their dirty hands into. Because their sort of doctrine and strategy was very rightfully that of trying to prevent any sort of great European power, continental power from rising up and sort of making it... yeah, you're just making it... Ooh. All bureaucrats. All capitalists. How about... I don't care. Trying to make it impossible for any sort of continental power to become hegemonic. Why doesn't the G button work? My hotkeys are not hotkeying. That's particularly annoying. And yeah, they clearly didn't want any of that to happen. Which meant that when the French sort of sponsored the... oh, this is good. I can get more reforms. Give me some healthcare, actually. Give me some healthcare. The healthcare is good. So yeah, I keep getting fucking interrupted. They didn't want any single European power from sort of rising up and hegemonizing the continent, which is why they fought against Napoleon the First. And so when Napoleon the Third came along and tried to be like Napoleon 2.0 or whatever, it was obviously a big no-no for, you know, for Whitehall, the British Foreign Ministry. So the British strategy towards Italy was to sort of keep everything going. Also, they were also allied to the Bourbonic kingdom in southern Italy. It was kind of a semi-client state of the British, in fact, because the British had a sort of vested interest to keep the Mediterranean under their control as much as possible. And that meant that sort of, again, in the Napoleonic Wars, they had saved the Bourbons by sort of evacuating them from the French armies that had taken over Italy to Sicily and sort of kept them there under the protection of their fleet. But at the same time, again, they were not feeling that strong at the moment. They had just gone out of the Crimean situation. Plus their public opinion, which was this sort of... Yeah, why isn't the G button working? Not sure. This is really annoying. Their public opinion was kind of the most vocal and sort of important in Europe because it was the most liberal country, and it was the country with sort of the highest, well, the great power with the sort of highest highest political participation due to the, you know, heavy urbanization, heavy literacy rate. They had the first sort of inklings of going towards socialism as well. In terms of the population becoming more and more, you know, involved in things like trade unionism, more and more working class participation in politics. Therefore, also more people that would be more inclined towards supporting sort of quote unquote oppressed nations. In fact, like the early Chartist movement was pretty much on the side of... was pretty much on the side of the sort of more democratic side of the Italian unification movement. So the British government wasn't really feeling that great about directly intervening. Plus, when it was clear that the Italians had sort of their own political agenda separate from that of Napoleon III, they were kind of more inclined towards letting them go towards full unity. In fact, they probably preferred a fully united Italy that could be a counterbalance to the French Empire. But yeah, we didn't do any of that in our own sort of campaign because the Frenchies did not want to ally us because they had fucking bitches in the United States. So yeah, so instead we allied the Prussians. Now the Prussians, as I said, were kind of starting to look more favorably towards the sort of Italian state at this time period, and they also knew that they were going to fight the Austrians very soon over sort of the sphere of influence of southern Germany to, you know, complete the unification process that had begun with the Zollverein sort of toll union, you know, tariff union, and was, you know, being continued by the newly arrived Bismarck, which brings us to the sort of what in Italy is referred to as the Third Unification War, which is when they took over Veneto, which is this region right here. The first war the first war was the one that they lost. The second war in 1859 was the one that led to the creation of United Italy. But Italy only took Lombardia from Austria because, again, the French did not want the Italians to get too strong too quickly, and they did not want unity to happen immediately, but it happened anyway because of sort of internal political developments. But the Italians as well were not strong enough militarily on their own to sort of prosecute the war against Austria. At this point, it was still Austria. And yeah, that was it, basically. Now, when it comes to the the Third War of Italian Unification, which is in 1866, which is basically the one we did where we took over Veneto, and when the Germans invaded, basically this was the same war as the 1866 Prusso or Austro-Prussian War, the one of the Battle of Sadova. Italy was a sort of a side theater in this war, and they sort of, again, the Italian armies did not perform too well. There were a few defeats, but basically Austria was defeated, which resulted in Veneto being handed over. But again, the sort of Italian maximalist irredentist claims would have wanted Trento and Istria. But since the Italians had done so poorly in the war, and the Prussians did not want to sort of unduly... They were fine, unlike the French, with the Austrians getting dismantled further, but they were just, not really bothered to do the effort to help the Italians who could not help themselves. So this resulted in basically the region of Südtirol, Trentino, still being, give me the Raider Group Doctrine. I should probably be able to upgrade my naval bases fairly soon. August of next year. Yeah, that's great. And this left this territory and also this territory, which is Istria, and, well, I mean, Dalmatia also as well, under sort of Austrian occupation. This meant... Yo, I've got cores on Albania. Are the Ottomans, like, allied to anyone? Oh, they're allied to the British. Disgusting. Okay. Are they in this... Oh, they're a great power? They're still a great power. Okay. How many troops do you have? 89. Damn. Damn, son. Where did you find this? Anyway, this left these territories under enemy occupation. And that was known as Italia Irredenta, which is the sort of unredeemed Italy. We'll be talking more about that next week. Next week? In the next 2 days, I believe, is when the next episode is going to come out. Anyway, it's going to be in the next episode. Because I am out of time for today. So I hope you've enjoyed my crazy ramble of today. I certainly did. And next time, we'll be continuing our journey east once our sort of infamy has lowered a little bit. We'll be building up a naval and military industry to sort of be strong and shit and annihilate our enemies, destroy them mercilessly or whatever. We're really lacking in iron, though, which is not something I'm keen on, to be honest. Veneto is a coastal state. Okay, so let's actually get the steamer shipyards going in Veneto. Let's also get the steel mills, the steel artillery factories, and perhaps even... I would fucking love to get me some machine parts factories, but it appears we have not invented those yet. Precision work. Come on, we need some precision work. Today, precision parts is like one of the main industries in Italy. Come on, mechanical precision industry. It's something that I like. I enjoy it. Why am I going insane? I have no idea. Oh, I also have silk. Time to get some luxury clothes. I don't got no luxury clothes. How do I not have luxury clothes? Luxury furniture. Wasn't it this one? Freedom of trade that gave you luxury clothes? No, apparently not. Business regulations, market regulations. Marks. Organized factories? Where the fuck are luxury clothes? Maybe I just haven't invented those? What? Oh. Jacquard Power Loom, 6% invention chance, not happening. Just not fucking happening. Anyway, we'll be building up our massive industry, and we'll be looking towards expanding ourselves, because guess what? We accept the Arpitans, who live in Switzerland. In Switzerland, there's also North Italians that we accept. So that's all French shit that I can take over. French and, where's the nationality map mode? There we go. Yeah. All these Arpitans, I can take all of those over. Unfortunately, I don't accept the Occitans, but oh well. I'll be taking over some Switzerland. I'll be taking over some Corsica. I'll be taking over some Albania, some Greece, some Dalmatias, and hopefully some Tunisias, which is why I'm sphering them. How's the sphering going? I'm friendly. Yeah, I'm about to dethrone the Ottomanos from there. Yeah, and we're about to hit 1870, which means machine guns. And as I said, soon we're gonna have some steamers of our own. Should I be going for ironclads or just waiting for cruisers? Because cruisers is 1880. Cruisers, yeah, I should probably be waiting for the cruisers. And after we have the cruisers, we're gonna kill the British. Yeah, and we're gonna be talking more about what are we going to be talking about? Do I know enough about the sort of economic situation? Yeah, I'm going to do some research. And we're going to be talking some more about the sort of irredentism bullshit and the sort of legacies of the Republic of Venice. Fuck off. Bye-bye. I've talked for too long. Bye-bye. Have a good one.